Hello everyone, welcome to the reading. This reading will be for the singer Dimash. If I didn't pronounce his name right, my apologies. But I'm going to shuffle these two decks so I don't have to shuffle throughout the reading. And while I'm shuffling, definitely press the like button. It'll be much appreciated. Also, subscribe if you like my content. So he's definitely trying to make room for himself as far as the industry is concerned. You know, this is showing me that he's dealing with sort of like difficulty in the music world, you know, but he's definitely trying to make room for himself. So that'll be interesting to see what's going on with that. Also, if you'd like to have a reading with me, that information will be in the description box. I don't know if you've seen that. It was a goat and an eagle. So he's definitely going to be militant with his approach as far as like his strategy. You know, he's coming to things very strategic. You know, like with that goat energy and that eagle. Even one of the header energies is showing that he's definitely like in his mind thinking of ways to strategize shit, which is cool. I've never done a reading on this guy, so it'll be interesting to see what's going on with his energies. This is showing me that he's definitely maturing. You know, it's kind of just like, I'm picking up that he was dealing with issues like growing up and in his teen years, you know, like bullying and shit like that. So it's kind of just like, I don't know how old he is, but this is showing that he's finally getting over that. You see, like with this transformation, it's kind of like a phoenix rising from the ashes. You know, this is also symbolic of like sitting on a lotus. So it's kind of just like all the difficulty, shame, embarrassment, dirt that he had to deal with was all part of his transformation. So that's really good for him. All right. But again, with this, like, with him trying to make room for himself in the industry, it's like this is what's kind of like ticking him off. It's kind of just like making him go crazy. You know, he's not getting the results that he wants. And this is showing me like, even though he's coming to things with his strategy and all, it's showing me it's not going to be successful, at least not the way that he would like it to be. So that's unfortunate for him. Let's continue to look and see what else is going on. Yeah, this actually came up in my Lil Nas X reading with Nicki Minaj. And it's that same vibe. It's like he's sort of like, he's not operating with emotions, because this is like emotions right here. And he's not operating with passion. He's operating more on trying to strategize shit, you know, and trying to make that money, which is not an issue at all. But it's showing me that there's going to be some difficulty for whatever reason. You know what I mean? He's definitely going to be going through a rebirth. This is also indicating to me that it's kind of like he's going to have to change up his expectations. Because it's kind of like, I guess seeing him from the outside, you can see that he's definitely successful. But he's doing a lot of comparisons with other people. So it's kind of like he wants to be just like some really like intense celebrity guy that's like known all over the world and all that. But if it's not, you know, for him, it's just not for him. But, you know, I don't know. It's just showing me that that's what he wants. But, you know, only time will tell what will happen. So let's see what's going on here as far as him trying to make a space for himself in the music world. Yeah, it's kind of like, I know this ripeness seems like it's ready, or like he's ready, Someone sneezed really loud outside. But anyway, let me focus. Yeah, this shows that this would be like, oh, like he's ready for like sort of like his position. But this is actually showing me something else though. It's kind of like he reached his peak is what I'm getting. So that's very interesting. You know, it's because it's like he's trying to make room for himself, but what this is showing me is like, you know, like when you reach a certain age, he looks young to me, so I'm not saying he's old or anything like that, but it's kind of just like him and like his person, himself in the industry, it's kind of like reached its ripeness. Like, you know, he already reached the level that he'll be at, and I'm not seeing anything else more. Let's see what's going on with what's happening with his mind. Yeah, it's like he's mourning this situation. You know what I mean? It's kind of like intuitively, because this elephant is also about being intuitive and sort of like, you know, feeling and thinking and operating with wisdom. He knows that, like, I guess he's not going to be elevating the way he wants. So it's like, it's causing a lot of issues for him. It's causing issues for his mind, just everything, you know. He's kind of like bitter about it. If you look at this elephant, he's just like, fuck, really? You know, but this is showing me he's not going to give up though. So let's see what's going on with that. Yeah, with this master energy is showing me, it's kind of like he's really trying to pull his manifestation sort of energy. Because like if you look at this card right here, this is the Magician. So this is definitely like trying to alchemize your situation. So he's trying to alchemize sort of like a strategy for breaking free from like this ripeness of reaching your peak. And so this master situation is showing me though, you know, he might have some cards, you know, in his hand that he can play. That'll definitely help him. So that's interesting. Obviously, the reading has, well, it isn't just started, actually, because we're 7 minutes into it. But the reading isn't, obviously, over yet. So let's see what's happening here. Yeah, this is showing me he's dealing with obstruction. I don't even know if I said that right, but okay. But yeah, this is showing me he's dealing with issues, you know, with this 3 swords up here. You know, this is symbolic of, with the cactus as well. It's like people behind the scenes don't want him to become a thing. You know what I mean? It's kind of just like they see him as a threat for whatever reason. You know, I don't know like if his music is good or anything, but he's definitely facing sort of like challenges from people, you know, but he feels like as long as he sticks to his strategy that things will be fine. So that's interesting. Let's look further into that and see what's happening. Yeah, this is interesting though, because it's just like, this is actually a look into his strategy. You know, he feels like if he works with more people, different people, so I'm guessing like other artists, different producers and stage people, whatever you want to call it, you know, he feels like he'll come into some success, you know, and this is showing me that he's definitely going to have a breakthrough. So this is actually getting interesting. Let's look into this master energy right here with him trying to manifest and all that. You know, this is kind of like not worrying about what other people are talking about, you know, not having like fear. So it's like, yeah, you know, he's going through the human emotions of like being anxious, being worried, and feeling a type of way. But what this hermit energy is showing is kind of just like, he might be able to pull something off, believe it or not. You know what I mean? But it's going to require him to be ruthless. You know, this is a bug that's very ruthless and strategic. So it's like the same themes of like basically being strategic. So let's see what's going on here. Yeah, this is showing that he's going to be going through a transformation. So it's kind of just like, you know, yeah, he's in his head about like, I guess, reaching his peak. You know, so this is telling me like, You know, some people, I guess, must have told him that. You know, I don't know who, but like, you know, someone or some people that were important were just like, you know, like, dude, like, sorry, I'm just looking at the energy right now. They were just like, you know, dude, it's no room for you. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you've done everything that you can do. But this is showing he's going to be going through a healing. You know what I mean? So there's definitely hope, you know, because at first I was picking up the energies that things are just done. But as the reading is progressing, it's kind of just like him being really passionate and really going after what he believes in is going to manifest something well for him, you know? I don't know, again, like I was picking up the energies earlier that I don't know if it's going to be up to his standard, you know, but he's definitely going to find some success with what he's doing. Let's look into this ripeness and him trying to make room for himself. So I spoke too soon. What this is showing me is kind of just like, this crown would be symbolic for everything that he wants, you know? Like, let's just say he want to be like the Beyonce of his field, because I don't know what type of music he makes, but let's say like if he wants to be like the Beyonce of what he's doing, he's gonna get close to it, but he's not gonna make it, unfortunately. So it's kind of just like, yeah, he's gonna be making waves for himself, and he's gonna be making noise, and people are gonna notice him, and he's gonna make things happen for himself. But at the end of the day, it's showing that, you know, he's not gonna be this mega star. So that's very funny and interesting. I'm gonna pull a card for each row, and I'm gonna leave it at that. So let's see what's going on here. Yeah, this is like, again, it's going to cause him stress, you know, because this is all about him basically trying to be this mega superstar. And I know it sounds so stupid. Like, for me, it sounds silly, me saying this. It sounds so, like, corny and funny. But at the same time, I can't help that these are just the energies, you know what I mean, that's popping up. But it's basically the same shit, you know. It's kind of just like him not making it to the standard that he wants for himself. You know, it's going to be making him go crazy. It's kind of like, you know, it's like being a clown at the circus, or kind of like being the monkey or something. It's kind of just like he's just going to drive himself crazy. You see, this guy is driving himself crazy, so that's unfortunate. Let's see what's going on here. For a second, I had a Danish accent. Fucking stupid. But anyway, yeah, the Wheel of Fortune. This is showing me, again, like, it's like, yeah, he's going to have some success, but it has to do with his mind. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, he's already successful already as it is, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? Like, he made it to a point where a lot of people haven't made it. That's what I'm definitely picking up. But it's kind of just like, he's not going to be satisfied with it. So it's kind of like, I don't know, for us, for regular people, I guess, that's not him. You know, we're going to look at it like, damn, he's really, like, fortunate. You know what I mean? But for him, it's kind of just like, you know, he's not at peace. So let's look here and see what's going on there. Yeah, this is just like, he has to know his place, I guess. I mean, that sounds harsh, but that's what it's about. You know, he feels like he's a lion, you know, and everyone else is sheep. You know, he feels like he's grand and he's different. You know, this is like his ego. But it's kind of something about him understanding that, like, we're living on the same planet. You know, we're on the same earth and stuff. And it's kind of just like, let's just say, even if you do have more talent than others, like, it doesn't make you no different from everyone else. And so this is like almost a lesson he has to learn, because he feels like he has all these gifts and, like, basically all this talent, but it's kind of just like what's on his back is him being like everyone else. So it's kind of just like he's dealing with his own sort of like issues and karma with trying to be a certain way, trying to appear a certain way, and just having an issue being a particular type of way. So yeah, that's interesting. You see, like, even if you look here, the line pops up again, because it's kind of just like, This is actually a deep message when I see these two cards, actually, because it's like, you know, this is like his ego. And there's nothing wrong with having an ego. I just want to say that. But this is like having a bad ego, basically, for him. You know, and it's kind of just like he has to transform from that ego part of himself to becoming just like a regular person, you know? Like seeing himself as just a normal dude. You know, this is like when basically thinking you're the greatest becomes an issue. You know, because he's definitely in that vibe of like, I'm the greatest. But it's like, you know, his higher power or the higher power is just like, dude, you have to realize, you know, you're just like everyone else. You just have talents, you know? And this is what's going to cause intense mourning for him. Like, if you look at this lion's face, he's just like, oh, fuck. Like, I don't want to just be a person with gifts. You know, he wants to be this boss dude. So that's what that is. So let's look here and see what's happening there. Yeah, so this is actually interesting. It's kind of just like, once he realized that he has talents, that he's not his talents, you know what I mean? That he's just a person with talents, then he'll be able to enjoy his life and do other things, you know? Then the sun will come out, you know? But until then, it's like he's going to be dealing with all this haze and, like, feeling uncomfortable, you know? So that was definitely an interesting reading. It was kind of like drawn out, but it wasn't so bad. You know, 16 minutes and 45 seconds into it. But anyway, thank you for watching your reading. Definitely press the thumbs up button if you made it this far. And again, if you like my content, consider subscribing and leave a comment. Tell me what you think about this guy. Much appreciated.